Welcome to the Stay Spicy podcast, where we have honest, fun, and spicy conversations about being your authentic self.
All right, welcome back. Season 3 of the Stay Spicy podcast. We are talking about entrepreneurship this season, and we have the amazing Mary Tibbits here today on the podcast. There is something about Mary. Welcome
Something
to the podcast.
indeed.
Push my hair out. No.
So I'm just going to introduce you, Mary. Mary's an entrepreneur and a public speaker.
Many of us in Edmonton know her because she's an incredible florist.
She did run $1 million floral company in Edmonton here, and she has been featured in magazines, at weddings, and in competitions. So based on her experience in doing a lot of this, Mary now helps leaders protect their energy, build real capacity, and make better decisions under pressure. And I think that does come from working in the industry that you have worked in for years. She's an advocate for people living with MS. And Mary, you are going to talk a little bit about your experience dealing with MS today. And she has created the first MS Nation Community Foundation Gala to raise money for the community.
Yep.
Thank you, Mary. And how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Good. A little bit of that gala hangover, hey?
Yeah, it was honestly, Saturday and Sunday were very low. I didn't even shower. I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday I became a human again, so it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for showering for us.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And what you raised almost $70,000 for the cause.
It was 56. Yeah.
56, okay.
56,000. 56 and change. Yeah.
Amazing.
Nice.
So, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It was our first gala. It was my first go at doing the gala, but it was well received. So next year, apparently, April 16th, Edmonton Expo Center. I've been informed. So it's happening.
Buy your tickets.
Pretty much.
Find
right?
Mary, buy your tickets.
Find me.
It's the place to be.
Yeah.
So Mary, I'm so curious. I mean, like Sherry did a little overview from, starting a flower business and having it grow to be a multi-million-dollar business, running it through COVID, finding out you have MS, starting this charitable endeavor, all the things and you also have your own podcast. So you do all the things.
Yeah.
Let's start at the beginning, because I'm sure everybody's curious about your story and your kind of the inception of your entrepreneur journey. How did that?
Let's go way back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Way back.
Pardon me. I actually went to school. I'm a medical lab assistant. I used to work in microbiology, actually. I know, so crazy. And then I had kids. Well, then we had more kids, and it was hard to do shift work. So I went back to school, took some accounting courses, ran a bookkeeping company. I was a virtual bookkeeper before it was a thing for 17 years. And then in 2017, decided to open a flower shop, opened August 20th, 2018, here in Edmonton in Greaspaw. And the first year was hard. Like, I didn't get paid. We were poor, so poor. I went from making like $170,000 a year to nothing, pretty much. And then COVID, and then COVID. And I know that people are like, COVID was the worst thing. Don't get me wrong. It was horrible, but not for the floral industry. It was actually, it revitalized the floral industry. So we were considered an essential service. People don't realize that because we did funerals.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, we were considered essential. So we were open pretty much 7 days a week, though. So our shop went from making I would pray for $1,000 days. I'm like, oh my goodness, I just want to do $1,000. And then COVID hit, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't have enough flowers. We need to get more stuff. It's Tuesday. And we would get stuff in on Monday. We went from like $500 days to like $5,000 days in the matter of 10 days. So I had one employee when COVID hit, laid her off. It lasted 10 days. And then I called her and said, I need you. Oh my gosh, I need you. And then by the time COVID was over within like the 2 years, we were up to, I believe it was like 5 or 6 employees. Like, we scaled very quickly, larger accounts. And then everybody wanted to get married. And it wasn't, the small bridal bouquet and boutonniere, it was the crazy over the top weddings. And then through that, I ended up getting contracts with Government House, the military base, the legislature building, and all of that. So it was crazy. It was wild. It was fucking wild.
Before COVID, it sounds like it was, struggle. And then almost overnight was, oh my God, I have way too much business coming in. But before that moment where things turned around, did you have a situation where you were like, should I keep going in this? Like, is this going to work out?
No. And I'll tell you why. When I opened my shop, I'm like, this is going to be my retirement. This is going to be amazing. I'm going to have one employee. We're going to make pretty things all the time, and all of my customers are going to be magical. That was honestly
that sounds beautiful,
doesn't it? That's not it. So it's retail, and it is. So I guess I didn't even clue into it, but it's retail. It's manual labor. It's actual manual labor, and you're on your feet 9 hours out of the day. And if you don't have a mat, it's horrible. So no, that was just my plan. I knew it was going to get better because I decided it was going to. And I know that sounds so crazy.
That.
Yeah. And
no, it doesn't.
Right? People are like, what do you mean you decided? I said, I fucking decided it's going to get better. And so it does. And then it did. And then it got crazy.
You were like, oh, wait, I manifested too much.
Yeah,
of this
I
shit.
was like, oh my God, that was like a 5-year growth in 18 months.
Well, and I think you have the opposite of some of our guests and some of the people we talk to with business is, there's that struggle to get clients and how do I meet the right people and how do I bring in revenue and all of this? And you had the opposite problem. Like, it's like revenue landed on you. Like it just fell on top of you and buried you. How did you kind of deal with that? Like, what did you learn from that?
You're saying how some people struggle with it and everything and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I have learned in 20 years of being an entrepreneur, there's something that will get you very, very far, and it's being kind. It's not being nice, because there's a difference. It's being kind to people. Because if you're not kind to people, they don't want to deal with you. I can be honest with you about something in the nicest way I can, but I'm still being kind by telling you that's a really shitty idea. You shouldn't do that, right? As a customer. And I do it now where I'm like, absolutely, we can do that. Or we can do it this way, which is more cost effective, which will look better, and so on and so on and so on. So it's building trust, right? So a lot of the time I feel like entrepreneurs, they don't build trust with the people that are going to be giving them their money. Because aside from energy, what is the other thing that's most important to pretty much everybody? Money. So I don't want to give you my money if I can't trust you and if you're not kind to me.
And if I don't like you.
And if I don't like you. Hey, I'm not for everybody. And I know that I'm not. And I'm super okay with that. Yeah. Like I'm so okay with that.
Yes.
That being said, I always go above and beyond for clients. I always have, but I expect the same in return for me. And if you don't do that for me, we're not going to work together anymore. So it's kind of a give and take.
I love that notion, though, that you can have expectations of your clients. You have high expectations of yourself, but you can also have expectations of your clients. I think often, whether it's consulting, whether it's retail, and we've talked about this whole, like, the customer's always right bullshit.
It's not. They're not.
Yeah. And like, it's okay and in fact encouraged for you to set standards and boundaries and expectations for your clients that you also hold yourself to. Like, it's not a one-way transaction. It's a relationship.
Well, and it's funny because I changed my hours. So every summer we would change our hours. We would have shorter hours come June, end of June. July, August, nobody's buying anything after 4 p.m. I'm sorry, they're just not. So we would change our hours. We would be there from 9 till 4 instead of 9 to 5, 9 to 5:30 in the fall, winter, because, snow, all that other stuff. And I remember the first year that I did it, I had customers that were like, oh, well, why are you changing your your time that you guys are open. And I'm like, because nobody comes in at those times except for maybe you once every 3 months. So I'm going to change it and you can just order online and we can deliver it for you. And they were like, oh, you guys deliver? I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. It only says everywhere, like all social media, all everything. So it's training your customers too, right? Just like they train you. So I knew certain times where I had to have certain things in because that's when people liked, like peony season is like a huge thing, whatever, in the floral industry. So we would always make sure that there were deals and there were always things for them to be able to grab, I guess, on the go. But that's them training me and me training them for hours and how to order and what time cutoff is and all of that other stuff. And in the beginning, I felt really bad for it, but I also needed to save myself from pulling my hair out.
Right.
Right. So,
Yeah.
So Mary, this kind of leads into a conversation I've been seeing a lot about lately in the difference between empire building in business. And that's kind of that old school idea that you just scale and you get sales and all this. And, versus the idea of building customers for life, getting those repeat contracts. That's very much the mantra that I run my business by. I'd rather have customers for life, clients for life, being able to jump in and out and help them solve their problems. Do you see more of that kind of relationship building, customer for life versus this sort of empire building where it's like sale at any cost?
100%. So, okay. One of my main clients was MNP. It's whatever. Everybody knows who they are. It's not a big deal. So I used to do team building for them at Christmas and do all of that other stuff. I was just their keynote for International Women's Day and did leadership for them that day. And then now they've also hired me to do team building for them again. And then maybe some other stuff down the road. I wouldn't have been able to do that and get those contracts if I would have just thought of them as another number. Like I wouldn't have a relation. They came to the gala. A whole bunch of the people that lived in Grease Spa that work there bought tickets and came to our gala, right? And came and supported and silent auctioned and all of that other stuff. But if I didn't have that relationship with my customers, who I now consider my friends, like other stuff wouldn't happen in my life to get me to where I am now, right? So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yes. Don't get me wrong. You can build an empire, but you can also do it in a kind way.
Right.
You can be a millionaire. I promise you can.
Yeah.
But you can be kind about it. You don't have to be an asshole about it.
Yeah. And if you get to choose, why wouldn't you choose the kind route? Like,
Yeah.
if you can do it either way, why would you choose to be an asshole? I don't know. I don't understand that.
Yeah, well, and don't get me wrong. Everything was always structured. My team we were very structured. They knew. Like, there was no screwing around. Things had to happen the way that they needed to happen.
Yeah.
But my whole team that worked for me, once I sold the show, they threw me a surprise Christmas party. Have you done that for your ex-boss ever? And like one of them, do you know what I'm saying?
Just thinking of my ex-boss.
Yeah.
I threw a party when he got fired.
Yeah. But this is the thing, right? So they threw me a surprise Christmas party at one of their houses. And the one lady, she's one of my best friends now, I would say. And she opened up 2 flower shops here in Edmonton and they're killing it. And I help her with stuff and she helps me. So why wouldn't you want to have relationships with people? Because it gets pretty like the saying is lonely at the top.
Yeah.
It's because you make it fucking lonely at the top.
Well, because you chose to be an asshole.
Because you chose to be an asshole. At the end of the day, you're making it lonely.
And kindness is often perceived as weakness in business, but I think it's actually quite the opposite. It takes a lot of courage to be kind. And again, it's a choice. It's not the easy. I find it easier, but people who are insecure or uncomfortable with their authority, I think usually default to the asshole route as opposed to trying to be kind. They're afraid of it. But we've had other guests as well. And I do think that this is a theme a lot for women entrepreneurs. And because we've worked in workplaces where the view is you have to be an asshole to be taken seriously.
Or a bitch.
To be,
Or a bitch,
And-
not just an asshole.
Yeah,
I'm
and
just saying.
exactly. And we're all, I use asshole as like gender neutral.
Yeah.
But
It's gender neutral. It's for everybody.
yeah, there are lots of women assholes.
There's a lot of bitchy men too. So.
Yeah. But yeah, and so a lot of us opted out of that in those traditional workplaces to be our own boss or to start our own team because we wanted to do it different. And I do find that. And then we get told, this is another theme that we've talked about on this season of like getting advice, that this is how business is done. And I'm like, maybe that's how you do business.
Yeah.
But I didn't get into business to do business like a dude. So I'm going to do it my way.
See, and that's why I get a little bit lucky because it's a flower shop. So guys don't usually touch on that, right? Because they don't know. Meanwhile, what they don't realize is the exact same thing as owning a restaurant.
Yeah.
Right.
It really is. Like it is because everything can spoil. You have a certain time to use it. There's delivery, there's pickup, there's a menu. Like if you think about it, it's the exact same thing as owning a restaurant, but men won't touch on it to tell me how to run it because it was a flower shop. I have, however, got, oh, that's cute. And I'm like, fuck you. Like, you have no idea.
See,
right?
That was one where you should have looked directly at the camera.
Yeah.
There.
Oh, that's
Fuck
cute.
you.
Fuck you. It was a woman who actually said it to me. It
Oh,
wasn't even a man.
no.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, you're one of them.
You're one of them.
So, okay, I want to think back to this whole scaling notion because like we talked about, a lot of entrepreneurs, men, women, are either intimidated to scale or they don't know where to start. And so for someone, and you talked about the fact that you didn't have a choice. Scaling was kind of forced upon you.
Yeah.
The growth just happened.
Yeah.
But if you were to now look back, that hindsight being 2020 thing, and you did the best you could because it was just too fast to make any other decisions. But would you have done anything different, or are there decisions you made in the moment that were instinctual that you look back and you're like, that was actually the best decision and I would do it again that way?
Yep.
Good decisions, bad decisions.
Good decision. I would say a good decision. So one of the ladies that worked for me, she moved here from Ukraine, actually, when the war started. So she didn't speak English, but she was a really, really great florist. And I was like, okay, well, would you like to be my cooler fairy? That's what we called her. Do you want to be a cooler fairy? And she was like, sure. Like, because she couldn't answer the phone. She couldn't help customers, right? Because she only spoke, she spoke Russian, but that's all she spoke. She didn't speak any English. Best decision I ever made in my whole entire life. She now owns 2 shops in Edmonton and she's fluent in English. I taught her all the swears, just saying. But yeah, like she, amazing. It was the best decision I ever made because she showed me what she could do. And I'm like, done, you're hired. And she was supposed to be there 2 evenings a week. She ended up being full-time and pretty much managing the shop for me by the time that I sold it. Like she was amazing. So don't always overlook people that you might overlook for reasons that are out of their control at that moment. If they're willing to make a change and do the things that they need to do. Like she even says, she's like, I would have worked for you forever. I would have never have opened my own shop. I'm like, oh, I'm so happy that shit went down and I sold the shop then because now you get to do this and I'm so proud of you. Like, and another thing that I do have to say, when you're scaling, this is just my opinion. And of course, we always want our employees to stay, right? Like that's always the game plan. But most of the time they hit a point and then they can't go any higher than that point. Celebrate them if they choose to do something different and go somewhere else because they're doing what's best for them. And at the end of it, it's what's best for you.
Yes.
Right? Because then they go to the next place that they're working, but this person over here is looking for a job. They're like, hey, actually, you should go and apply here. They're the best to work for. Right? So there's different ways of doing it. The no for the scaling portion of it, do not hire 3 people in 1 week. Like, for real, don't do that, especially if you don't know what the hell you're doing. I'm like, I don't know. I've hired 1 person. I went through a lot of employees, and then finally got like the all-star team.
Your dream team.
My dream team, who they're just, to this day, they help me with stuff. Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah. So
And that's
good.
what scaling is all about, really.
Yeah.
It's your people.
Yeah.
And those decisions are critical. I think a lot of people think it's about inventory management or it's about marketing but it's truly about people.
Well, the thing is that will get done if you have the right people. And you need to trust people. I had to learn how to not micromanage.
Yep.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It is.
It's hard.
But that's also, building dream teams. And now that you've sold the business, you're helping other people build dream teams. You're helping other people find that capacity and clarity. So what sort of work are you doing now with other teams?
So I do a lot of leadership training. It's more on wellness. So how are you taking care of yourself and how are you taking care of your teams? Because at the end of the day, it's just like being a parent. If anybody's a parent, I know you're a parent. I don't know if you're a parent, but you're a parent.
I'm a cat parent.
Are you? It's okay, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like really,
Yeah, 'cause my
it's
cat's
not
been
the same
sick.
thing, but it's the same thing.
My cat's been sick for the last month and I've been in and out of cat hospitals and things like that. And it is, it's when life, you can't control when life just like falls upon you and then you still have to lead and work and
do the things.
Yeah.
So
you don't take care of yourself when you're taking care of everyone else.
So what are you doing to take care of yourself? So that's where we start. We start with, where is everybody at right now? Are you taking care of yourself? What does that look like for you? Because if we can get that under control, it trickles down. And then here's some things that you can do for your teams to help them in their wellness. It's all about having conversations. Don't get me wrong. Listen, I know a lot of people that work wherever they work, in whatever department they work in, and they feel like they need to be everybody's counselor and do it. You don't. At the end of the day, everybody still has a job to do. And it's okay for you to say, okay, well, is that in your job description? And if they're like, well, yeah, okay, well, that's what you're hired for. You need to do that. But why don't we structure it differently so you can still get everything done throughout the day? So if people learn to manage their energy, it's not about time management anymore, right? We all know how to manage time. We've been doing it since we were born, pretty much. We notified our parents when we needed to eat on our time, on our schedule, right? But how do you manage your energy throughout the day? So then at the end of the day, you can go and do the things that bring you joy, whether that be going for a run, hanging out with your pets, hanging out with your kids or your partner or whatever it is, right? So if we can structure the day so everybody has energy at the end of it, people want to come to work. People want to do this. And you do it with kindness and you do it with integrity for sure. There's just different things that you can do for that. So I help teams do that and figure out where their strengths and weaknesses are for themselves before they can point the finger at everybody else. But it's true because the saying, one, you point a finger and there's three pointing back at you.
Yep.
So what are these other three fingers doing? What are you not doing?
Right.
I love that personal accountability piece.
Yeah.
And also this like notion that like we talked about it, right? It's choice. Choosing to be kind versus being an asshole is a choice.
Yeah.
Choosing to prioritize yourself so that you can be good for others is a choice. And what drives me crazy is I find so many people act like they have no choice or agency in their own lives. And I'm like, yes, your choices have consequences, but you have a fucking choice.
Yeah.
And I get that all the time from different people who will say like, oh, I wish I could do, random stuff like that. Or I wish I could spend all my time dancing. I'm like, well, you could. It's a choice you have. I'm making this choice. You're making other choices.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm not saying that you don't have difficult choices to make, but it's a choice you can make.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I'm going to veer off into something a little bit different here. So that's 1,000% right. And so when I got diagnosed with MS in 2024, I had a choice to make. I could have kept eating the way that I keep eating, kept doing the things that all of these things, or to take care of myself, take care of my body, my wellness, all of it. I can switch to an anti-inflammatory diet P.S. It sucks. It's hard. And I super miss charcuterie. So hard. No dairy, no gluten, no processed food, no nothing, like nothing. And people are like, oh, I can never. Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Like you can.
Yeah.
You just choose not to. Oh, but it's really hard. I got a headache. Yep. Because you're going through withdrawals, but give it a week and you'll be totally fine. But what if you can have a cheat day? Nope, I super can't. So, but I choose that for myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm healthier and just so much better because of it. Don't get me wrong. I still put cream in my coffee, but whoa, that's me being a rebel. So I'm a rebel.
But everything in life is a choice.
Yeah.
Like how you show up at work is a choice.
Yeah.
What you carry into a room is your choice. What you choose to do with your time is a choice.
Yeah.
How you choose to treat people. Like it's all choice.
Yeah.
And acting like you don't have a choice is such a cop-out. It's like, people who are like, well, I can't do this because my kid has hockey. Well, you chose to put your kid in hockey and you chose to go and be the person to take them to hockey. And I'm not saying it's a bad choice, but own the choice that you made.
Yeah. Instead of saying I can't.
And if you want to make another choice, make a different choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
And when we worked on your brand, Mary, for your new website and stuff, it was a lot of conversations around like defining you. And, I don't want to just be the burnout coach. I don't want to just be sick.
Yeah.
I don't want to be defined by the experiences I've had. I want to be sort of open to sharing the learnings from that, but I'm my own person. I'm not defined by the things that have happened to me. And I think that flies in the face of I don't have a choice,
Yeah.
So you've been using that in a lot of your communication, your podcast. And you do a lot of giving back to the community too. So, with the new gala coming, your podcast, the coaching, whether you're speaking to military spouses or supporting that community as well, how do you kind of how important is it for you that business and community leadership and giving back all kind of intertwined together? Or did that just naturally happen for you?
No, it's important. Well, it did naturally happen because, I sold my shop.
Right.
I'm like, I need to relax. Now I have 3 businesses. I went from 1 business to 3. I don't even know how that and a podcast. I don't even know what happened there. But I'm not as stressed as I was when I owned the shop. So there's a fine balance. I think it's really important for people to give back to the causes that they want to give back to. For the causes, but also you can make it selfish. You can make it selfish. I have, mine isn't selfish. And I don't mean it like mine isn't, because I really do want to help people that live with MS. And I do really want to help military spouses because I am one, right? And I've lived it and I've done it and I've experienced it. So why wouldn't you want to share that with people? But if you haven't had any of these crazy things in your life happen to you, but you so one of my things, this is a selfish one for me. I want to save the sea turtles. So I have now convinced my husband to go to Costa Rica so we can be there for the turtle release. But it's selfish for me, right? Because I'm like, I need to do this for me. It's something, but that's okay because you're still giving back and you're still doing something. We're all put on this earth for a reason. You need to find your reason at the end of the day. So your reason is to dance. Your reason is to help people like me to communicate with the world. My reason, I thought mine was to do flowers. I guess it wasn't. Mine was for...
Your reason can change though.
Yeah, it can
because
change.
we change, right?
Yeah.
So be open to your reason changing and be willing to give up something that you had thought was so integral to you to choose something that now will be.
Yeah.
I also, when you're saying it's selfish, I want to dispel this whole notion that selfish is bad.
Selfish
That giving
isn't
to
bad.
self is bad.
Yeah.
And so we almost say that as if we should be apologetic for doing something for self.
Yeah.
And doing something for self can also do something for others, like
The turtles.
the turtles.
Son.
But also even if it does something for you, that's good too. And
Yeah.
I think I see that a lot with women in general, women entrepreneurs, where it's this notion of we have to give to everyone but self. And I go back to this notion of like work-life balance. I hate that term.
That's not real.
because it's dumb.
I'm like, not real.
Because it's like implying that work is bad and life is good. Sometimes your life is taking energy from you.
Yeah.
And who's to say that you need balance between those two things and what that balance should look like? And if you're an entrepreneur, it's all kind of the same. And so instead, I think the balance I strive for is how much I give to others versus how much I give to myself.
Yeah. One of my things that I do teach people and I talk about all the time is boundaries because they're magical.
Right.
They're magical. And as women, we're really bad at setting them. As a whole, for the most part, we're not very good at setting them. And, you know, you get to 40 or just over 40, and you're like, fuck this.
Yep.
I've been doing this forever. And then now you have to learn how to set all of these boundaries and everything. So wouldn't it be so great if we were able to teach everybody how to do it so much earlier on in life instead of waiting till they're 40, 45, and then their family's looking at them like
Who are
they've
you?
lost their mind.
Yep.
And I'm like, I haven't lost my mind. I'm just sick of your shit.
I just don't give a shit anymore.
I finally found it.
Yeah, like this is who I've been. I've just been smoldering it.
Yes.
Right. So wouldn't it be so great if we could all walk around with the boundaries that we want to live our life by? Our lives would be so full and so full of what we're put on this earth. You only get one, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get one. What are you going to do with it?
I also think that's why a lot of women change careers at that age too, right?
Yeah.
You see a lot of women our age starting businesses that maybe didn't think of themselves as entrepreneurs before, or maybe they always were. Like, I think I always wanted to be one, but I just was trained and society taught me this is the path that you should want to go down. And then all of a sudden we're like, no, I'm going to stop being what everybody else wants me to be and just be me. And this feels right. But it's just, I think the two are very connected, where you see a lot of that. And I love it. I'm celebrating it. But we've talked about that on Stay Spicy of how can we help people get there earlier?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be, why do we have to wait 40 years?
No,
to
it becomes
get there?
a stress response, right? And then we have this great exodus that's happening. Women are leaving
Yeah.
upper management positions in droves, and they're not leaving and going off into, you know, the cottage and just like writing poetry for the rest of their lives. Not that that's not a dream of mine, but there's
I was like, what's wrong with that?
I'm like, that was very specific.
I've been watching a lot of BBC apparently.
If we can't find Sherry, we know where she is.
Yeah. The Lake District. No, but it's really about, you know, they're taking on entrepreneurship, which is, you know, they're taking on new businesses, they're taking on new adventures, and that's actually more work, and they're happier.
Yeah.
So boundaries can be a lot of things.
Yes.
And it's creating maybe a boundary that, you know, what I'm going to wake up and do every day is something that's going to bring value. And then I feel better about myself, and I'm happy working 60 hours a week doing that. That's cool
Yes.
for me.
Yeah. You know, and it's so funny. I guess I get lucky where a lot of people might not. I'm a horrible employee. I've been a horrible employee since I was 16. I'm like, oh, this isn't going to work. I'm like, I need to figure out how to work for myself. And like, but I went to school. I did the thing, worked in the hospitals,
Yeah.
worked in healthcare. And I'm like, no, we're not doing this. So that being said, I would have never become a bookkeeper if I didn't have to, because I had to do something to be able to take care of my kids so I could take care of them and do all of the things. But now I get to do whatever I want to do. How cool is that?
It is.
How cool is that?
Yep.
And if you don't like it, too bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's not
That's
your
what
life.
I'm
You don't have to
doing.
live it.
You don't have to come with me.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the things with me. I would love for you to. That would be amazing. I would love for you to support me or whatever it is. But if you choose not to, that's okay too. I'm okay with that.
All about choice.
Yeah.
So, okay. We love to ask every guest this. And we
Okay.
didn't prep you for this, but I feel like you're a roll with the punches kind of person.
Okay.
What is an entrepreneurship myth that you've come across, either that somebody told you or that you had thought that you now believe is a myth?
That we're rich. That we're
Yes.
rich.
I haven't
I'm
heard
not
that one
shitting
yet,
that
and
we're
it's
rich.
so true.
When I owned the shop, everybody thought that I was a bazillionaire.
Yeah.
They would be like, oh, I'm like, what are you talking about right now? Everybody gets paid but me. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And it's hard.
Yep.
It's hard, but it's worth it. It is worth it in the end. Like, and in the beginning and in the hard and in the easy and in all of it. But you have to want it.
And don't do it for the money.
And don't do
only.
it for the money. No, for real. But
Yeah.
don't do it for it comes.
Yep.
It does come after time.
Right.
Right? Like it comes after time, but it takes time to get there.
Mhm.
And it's not, everything isn't instantaneous or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people start a business and they're like, this is going to be great. In 6 months, we're going to have this and we're going to be this far ahead. No, you're not. You're not. I promise that if you are, oh my goodness, that cool.
Yeah.
Can you tell all of us how to do that? But it takes time. But yeah, you're not rich. We're not rich.
So
Not
if
rich.
any of our listeners or people out there want to buy a ticket to the gala, get you to give them a talk, figure out more about sea turtles and how to save.
Oh my God. Right?
How do people find you if you want them to find you?
Yeah, I want them to find me. So there's a few ways. You can go to my website for speaking and leadership training and all of that. You can go to marytibbitsspeaks.com. Or if you're interested in finding out about the nonprofit that I run for multiple sclerosis, you can go to msnationcommunity.com as well.
Awesome.
Or .ca. I can't remember which one.
Try
Google
both.
it. Try both. Just look it up. You'll
Yeah.
see. Anyways, yeah.
People know how to use the Google.
Yeah, use the Google. It's
Yeah,
MS
the
Nation
Googs.
Community. So, and if you live with MS or have somebody in your life that does live with MS, or you're a caregiver to somebody that lives with MS, come out to Coffee Connections. Come out and do the things. We offer counseling. We do all of those things. Looking into doing the horse therapy for people. I go this Sunday. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So come out. It's really great. The plan is to take it across Canada.
Nice.
So
yeah. Come find your community.
yeah, because I have
That's what we're
nothing to
all
do.
about.
So it's fine.
Yeah. We're all about community at Stay Spicy. So thank you for joining our community, joining our podcast, Mary. It's been truly a pleasure. Thank you for swearing with us
Absolutely.
and at people occasionally as needed.
I'm good at it.
And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. We appreciate you as well. I was saying before we started rolling that mostly I just do this to hear myself talk, but I appreciate when you hear us too. Share your comments, your feedback, your thoughts, and we will see you next time on the Stay Spicy podcast. And in the meantime, stay spicy.
Thanks for listening to the Stay Spicy podcast.
We love hearing from our listeners and want you to be part of our community. So connect with us on social media at Stay Spicy Inc.
And visit us online at stayspicy.ca.